It's a huge Saturday of racing at Santa Anita, at Woodbine, at Belmont and Aqueduct, over at Keeneland. There are 18 stakes races around the country and actually in North America, counting Woodbine between those four racetracks. You have three graded stakes at Woodbine and one non-graded stake. Santa Anita, four graded and one non-graded. You have five graded stakes and all stakes pick five at Keeneland, four more graded at Belmont and Aqueduct. It is going to be a massive Saturday on October the 5th. And on this video, we'll talk a little bit about Santa Anita. Remember, Daily Racing Form has you covered, drf.com, and then shop.drf.com when you need past performances, help with the clocker reports, DRF picks for Santa Anita every racing day throughout this short autumn meet, the one that leads into the Breeders' Cup. Remember, the Breeders' Cup will be down at Del Mar this year, so this meet, just a few weeks, but some really big racing over at Santa Anita. And a couple things that are also worth mentioning. The Santa Anita Pick'em contests are back. Pick'em.santanita.com. Totally free to enter. You can play on every Saturday and every Sunday. $1,000 to the winner of these free to enter contests Saturday and Sunday. Pick'em.santanita.com. Let's go through some of the stakes races. And one of those is race number 3, which is the grade 2 Oakleaf, mile and a 16th. This is also part of a pick 5 that's called the Future Stars pick 5. That's if you look it up, it'll be listed as NY5, and it goes from the 2 races at Belmont and Aqueduct, the Frizette and the Champagne. Those are the 2-year-old stakes races. And then it goes to Keeneland for the Breeders' Futurity, heads over to Santa Anita for the Oakleaf, and also for the American Pharoah. So it's going to hit all of those 2-year-old graded stakes races. That's pretty cool. The Future Stars pick 5, and the specifics, $1 minimum, 15% takeout on that pick 5. So this will be one of the races there. I really like the horse to the outside, non-compliant. This is the favorite in this race. I don't know if she'll be an overwhelming favorite because you do have a couple Baffert horses that seem like they'll take some money. Noonie was the Del Mar debutante favorite. She actually lost to her stablemate Tenma. Tenma's a closer and is probably better set for going longer. Now, Noonie is really quick. In the Del Mar debutante, there was a good amount of other speed in there. They went fast. There's not that much other early speed in here. The complexion of this race could be much different. So it is a little bit head-scratching from that sense, where Noonie's likely to just have a softer trip in here. Does she want to go this long? No idea. Tenma's better suited going longer. She probably won't get the trip she needs as much as she did in the Del Mar debutante. And in her debut, she got a nice setup. The horse to the outside, non-compliant, was very nice in the debut win. And since then, in the mornings, has actually been working with Tenma. And I actually thought non-compliant was better in the mornings. And the two of them are in here, and non-compliant just seems to have a little more versatility to her. So I prefer her of the 3 Baffert runners in this one. I guess four, right? Non-compliant, Showers, Noonie, and Tenma. I'll lean to the outside. And wish I could get you a little more creativity in this one, but just not a whole lot for me. That's kind of off the form. Race number 4. 5 furlong turf sprint. This is the Speakeasy for 2-year-olds. And what you'll get a lot of times, because this is at 5 furlongs on the turf, you'll get some horses in here who really are in this because they want the 5 furlongs. They want to just go as short as possible. They're quick. They're talented. And this is a good spot for them to try to get stakes placing, $100,000 purse. Dream Away is 6-5 on the morning line. Smash It, 7-5. He tries the turf for the first time. Dream Away at least has the turf experience. Smash It has faced some nice horses, though. He ran into a couple Baffert runners, and he earned a 91 buyer speed figure when he broke his maiden last time out. I feel like with Smash It being very quick, Dream Away is very quick. I'm a Bad Boy is quick. This horse is a little interesting to me, too. Has a winning turf sibling. and has a little bit of foundation with the 4 races and getting the cut back from 2 races going longer. I could see him sitting off a little bit. But the horse I think is going to get a good trip is Kale's Angel. Love seeing him take back, prove he could pass horses. In his debut, he drew down to the inside, so he was fast, and he just went on with it. That race has come back really live. The winner came back to win the next start, the Del Mar Juvenile Turf Grade 3. And there were 4 next out winners that Kale's Angel was one of. Ironman Cal came back to win a maiden special weight. Pally Kitten came back to win a $100,000 maiden, and then Kale's Angel came back to win the maiden special weight there. So comes out of a live debut race, changes the tactics a little bit in the second start. If they're a little bit of a slow start, sits, makes that one late run, and that versatility could come in key in a race like this. I like the 2, Kale's Angel. Even thought the outside horse at 20-1. So if you're able to excuse his last 2 efforts, he's a debut winner. He sits just off the pace a little bit. Second start, they tried the dirt, just doesn't fire. Third start, long on the turf, going too far. Now you get the cutback to a turf sprint with the outside draw. Maybe the chance to sit off a little bit, have some finish. I don't think this race is just as easy as the 4 and the 5, as the 5 and the 6. I found a couple others that make a little bit of sense in here at a price. So shortening up in the 3rd, 4th race, I thought was a little more open. The 2 would be the one I lean towards. Kale's Angel. The price on the outside, Tis Happy, is kind of an interesting horse to throw in some of your exotics. Let's move on. In the 5th race, nothing for me from a gambling standpoint. Vlahos is making his return, though. It's a really nice horse. He's at 8-5 in that one. He also hooks another nice horse in the race, Pilot Commander, for Baffert, who's making his second start back, who's 7-5. So it's a strong little group there. Nothing for me as far as gambling in that one, though. I just don't think there's a whole lot of value there. Race number 7 will be the next stakes race. And this one we'll see one of the probable favorites for the filly and mare sprint if she were to get there. Not an easy spot, though, for Sweet Azteca. She's 3-5, but she's going to have to deal with a talented horse named Hope Road, who's a nice 3-year-old filly, and then another one named One Magic Filly. Both of them earned big speed figures, most recently 98 and 97 in their wins. Hope Road is really quick. One Magic Filly sit off a little bit more. So if they go quick early on and Sweet Azteca has to work too hard, maybe the one would be the 5. That's who I would use along with one Sweet Azteca, just because she can sit off and pass horses. And I don't know if Hope Road could go out, battle with Sweet Azteca, and then win. If the Hope Road and Sweet Azteca battle with each other, I feel like someone else would be able to take advantage. So a couple talented horses in here. Maybe One Magic Filly could sit a nice trip. Lost to Hope Road in the debut, but in a race that sets up a little better. They'll all have to beat Sweet Azteca, who's thrown up triple-digit buyer speed figures in her last 3. She has done so little wrong. Just the one race that she did not win, and she would head into the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint as a top-tier contender. Race number 8 is the Rodeo Drive. Honestly, the Santa Anita card on Saturday looks a little chalky. The card last week was California Crown Day. You got a little bigger fields and probably some better, more competitive races. These ones seem a little top heavy for the most part. You'll have, again, short price favorites in here with I Scream, You Scream, who's 8-5. You have the 2 Sunset Glory, who's 5-2, who has won 3 in a row. I Scream, You Scream, undefeated. But now she was going 6 furlongs, 3 starts back, and now she's trying to go 1.25 miles. She went from 6 to a mile and an eighth. Now she has to go a mile and a quarter. Now she has to prove she can beat older. But this is the perfect spot for her to test that out. Not a whole lot of other early speed in here to push her, and just not the strongest race in the world, honestly. Aspen Grove is interesting to me. She is a grade 1 winner at a mile and a quarter. And you go through her company, she's faced horses that would be really short prices in this race. The horses who have been defeating her recently, they would all be really tough in this spot. So she doesn't really have to improve off of what she's been doing. It's more about the trip with her. She going to get the type of setup she needs if they're going, if it's not a big field and they're not going that fast early. Others, the 5 Beach Bomb, kind of a new face. Her race at Monmouth Park was not bad. It sort of looked like a horse who ran well and just needed the race. She was second best. It was her first start since February. It was her first start for Motion. Solid second that day. She lost to the heavy favorite. She's probably the price horse I'm the most interested in this race. Beach Bomb. You have Ice Cream, You Scream, the one to beat. I think the 7 Aspen Grove fits very well in here. That is the Rodeo Drive, race number 8 on Saturday at Santa Anita. Race number 9 is the grade 1 American Pharaoh for 2-year-olds. You have a couple Baffert runners in here to the outside. Getaway Car, who was 4th in the Del Mar Futurity. You'll have Emerald Bay. The August 24th race was good. Just in the mornings, he just doesn't seem close to as good as some of the others, but he does really feel more like a distance horse. You've got Citizen Bull. I actually like Mackenzie Street the most in here. No surprise. Another horse who's not going to be a massive price, but his Del Mar Futurity, he was good. He just didn't really get a chance to run. He was a couple lengths off. He got floated a bit wide. He got pushed back. He wanted to go. He ended up 3 deep and in between, and he was a clear-cut second that day. Just kind of always in between horses and not really in the clear. Mackenzie Street was able to go from 5.5 to 7, get a nice race and foundation, and now you stretch out to a mile and a 16th. Getaway Car, they've been working with him in the mornings. Blinkers are coming off, trying to get him to relax just a little bit more because he's fast. His first 2 races were awesome. But can he carry that speed? I don't know who the price would be for me in here. Couldn't get to the 6. Maybe the 5 is one I would throw in. In the mornings, though, he just didn't really match up with some of the others. Couldn't really get to the 4. Wasn't as high on the 3. So yeah, inside, outside, maybe the 5 Emerald Bay. I like Mackenzie Street most in here if you're looking for someone to lean on. Race number 10 is the finale, mile on the turf. Horse I wanted to take a little bit of a look at was towards the outside, the number 10, Legitimate, whose debut, not bad at all. Big field, finished 4th that day, and then came back last time out. And
coming up,
take a look at Legitimate's effort. Just thought it was a nice effort. Took a good step forward, showed some more speed, drew the outside. So kind of had to go a little bit from the outside, and was in a good stalking spot from out there. We can just flash a little bit more forward into the race. Makes an early move towards the lead. It's a little bit of pressure to the outside. Just feel like you saw the progression from this horse. Take a step forward, show speed, sit close, ends up top of the lane, kind of all in at this point when the 3-2 favorite was sitting a good trip right to the outside. I thought this was a pretty good effort. And he, like right now you could see as the 9 and the 1, 2 of the choices are down, on the outside. Legitimate still was battling on. Difference between third and fifth, not all that much. Horse to include in your exotics to close things out. Legitimate comes out of the race with Uncle Dude. I would include both of them in your Maltese there. That is race number 10 on the Saturday card at Santa Anita. Best of luck when you're playing the races on Saturday. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel, if you can, do me a favor, subscribe to the YouTube channel below. Helps me out quite a bit. Throw in a comment. Let us know who your best bet is on Saturday at Santa Anita. If you like it and subscribe, it helps share it around and gets a little more traction out there. So good luck. We also have videos for Keeneland Friday, Keeneland Saturday with Barry Spears. Matt DeSantis helped me talk about the Belmont at Aqueduct Stakes races for Saturday. So lots out there if you need help with the big races coming up this weekend on Saturday. Good luck if you're playing the races all over on a huge Saturday of racing.